A lot of buyers look at homes in Avenir and focus on the purchase price first. That makes sense because the price is the number everyone sees online. What usually surprises people is that the purchase price is only the beginning of the real conversation. Living in Avenir comes with a full monthly picture. You have the mortgage, of course, but then you also need to think about the HOA fees, property taxes, insurance, builder upgrades, lot premiums, landscaping, possible club or amenity costs, and the difference between the advertised price and the finished home you actually want to live in. That is where buyers can get caught off guard. A home may look like it fits the budget at first glance. Then the real ownership cost starts to look different once everything is added together. That does not mean Avenir is a bad value. For the right buyer, it can make a lot of sense. The key is knowing the real numbers before you fall in love with a floor plan, a model home, or a beautiful lot. In this video, I want to walk through what it really costs to live in Avenir, which expenses buyers often forget, and why two homes with similar prices can feel very different once you understand the full monthly cost. The first cost everyone thinks about is the home price. That number matters, but it can also be misleading if you stop there. With new construction, the price you see advertised may not represent the home the way you would actually build it. A base price usually reflects the starting point. Once you choose a lot, select a floor plan, add structural options, upgrade finishes, adjust flooring, change cabinets, improve countertops, add lighting, select appliances, or make the outdoor living area feel more complete, the final number can move. Sometimes that difference is small, other times it's significant. Model homes are designed to make you feel something. They show the dream version. Buyers walk through and picture the kitchen, the ceiling detail, the built-ins, the flooring, the pool, the outdoor kitchen, and the exact feeling of the space. Then they find out some of what they loved is not included in the starting price. That is why I always tell buyers to separate the base price from the finished price. The base price tells you where the conversation begins. Your finished price tells you what the home will actually cost once it feels like the version you want. The second cost to understand is the lot premium. In a community like Avenir, the lot can matter just as much as the floor plan. A home with a preserved view may price differently than a home backing up to another property. Water views can carry a premium. Corner lots may appeal to some buyers, while other people care more about privacy, street position, backyard orientation, or distance from future construction. Those details affect both your lifestyle and your cost. A buyer may walk in thinking they want a specific model, but the available lots can change the entire decision. Sometimes the better lot is worth paying for. In another situation, the premium may not make sense for how you actually plan to use the home. This is where the conversation needs to get personal. Do you care about morning sun or afternoon shade? Will you use the backyard every day? Is privacy one of your top priorities? Would a view matter for future resale? Those questions help you decide whether the lot premium is a smart upgrade or just an emotional add-on. The third piece is the HOA. Avenir is a master plan community, so HOA fees are part of the ownership picture. The exact amount depends on the specific neighborhood, home type, services, and amenities tied to that section of the community. This is one of the reasons buyers should not talk about Avenir as if every area costs the same to own. Different communities can have different fee structures. Some may include more services. Others may have different amenity access, maintenance responsibilities, or lifestyle features. A lower purchase price does not always mean the lower monthly costs. Once you include the HOA fees, landscaping, club access, maintenance, insurance, and taxes, the comparison can change. That is why I like to look at the whole monthly number, not only the sales price. Two homes can be close in price and still feel very different financially once the recurring costs are added. Property taxes are another big part of the real cost. In Florida, buyers often underestimate how different the tax bill may look after a property changes hands or after new construction is fully assessed. The tax number you see online may not tell the full story. A seller's tax bill may be based on their ownership history, exemptions, or assessed value. With new construction, the current tax information may not reflect the finished home value yet. That can create confusion for buyers who are trying to estimate monthly payments. You do not want to build your budget around a number that is not realistic for your situation. A better approach is to estimate taxes based on the likely purchase price and talk through how homestead exemption may apply if this will be your primary residence. Your lender, tax advisor, and local professionals can help you get closer to a realistic number. The main point is simple. Do not assume the tax estimate online is the tax bill you should expect long term. Insurance is another area where buyers need to be realistic. Florida insurance is not something you want to treat as an afterthought. The cost can depend on the home's age, construction type, roof, location, coverage needs, deductible choices, flood considerations, wind mitigation, and the carrier options available at the time you are buying. Newer construction can be appealing because current building codes may help in certain ways. Even so, every buyer should get actual insurance estimates before making a final decision. Do not guess. A beautiful home can still feel stressful if the monthly cost is higher than expected. Insurance also affects the way buyers compare Avenir to older Palm Beach Gardens neighborhoods. An older home may have a different roof situation, different maintenance needs, or different insurance considerations. A new home may come with different advantages, but the only way to know the real number is to quote it properly. That estimate belongs in the budget from the beginning. Now let's talk about landscaping and exterior upkeep. Some buyers assume a newer home automatically means lower maintenance. That can be true in certain ways, but it does not mean there are no ongoing costs. Depending on the neighborhood and property, you may still need to think about lawn care, irrigation, pest control, pool maintenance, exterior cleaning, plant replacement, and general upkeep. A larger home or more elaborate outdoor space can increase the monthly budget. If you add a pool, outdoor kitchen, upgrading landscaping, lighting, or special features, you should think about the long-term costs of maintaining them. Those choices can absolutely improve your lifestyle. They can also change what it costs to live in the home month after month. That is not a reason to avoid them. It is a reason to budget for them honestly. A home should feel enjoyable after closing, not financially surprising. Amenity and lifestyle costs are another part of the conversation. Avenir is attractive because buyers are not only choosing a house, they are choosing a master planned lifestyle in Palm Beach Gardens. Depending on the community, lifestyle expenses can include HOA fees, amenity access, club-related costs, fitness, social activities, food and beverage spending, golf or racket sports, and the everyday convenience that comes with living in a growing area. Not every buyer will use amenities the same way. One person may spend a lot of time at the clubhouse, fitness center, courts, pool, or social events. Another buyer may care more about the home itself and use the amenities occasionally. A third household may be choosing Avenir because of the long-term convenience planned around the community. Those lifestyle choices can affect your budget. The monthly cost of living somewhere is not only what you pay to own the home, it also includes the way you actually live once you are there. Now, the cost buyers often underestimate the most is upgrades. This is especially true when they tour model homes. A model is supposed to show possibilities. It may have upgraded flooring, designer lighting, premium countertops, custom cabinetry, built-ins, wall treatments, upgraded appliances, enhanced outdoor living, pool features, and landscaping that makes the home feel finished. A buyer may fall in love with that version, then discover the base version feels very different. That can be frustrating if no one explains it early. The goal is not to scare you away from upgrades. Some upgrades are worth it because they improve daily life or future resale appeal. Other selections may look beautiful, but may not matter as much for how you actually live. The smartest approach is to prioritize. Spend money where you will feel it every day. Be careful with choices that are expensive, but do not meaningfully change the function, comfort, or resale strength of the home. That is where having guidance before you go too deep into the design process can save you from expensive regret. There is also a timing cost to think about. Buying a move-in ready home feels different from building from the ground up. If you're building, you may have deposits, design decisions, construction timelines, rate changes, rental housing, moving costs, temporary storage, and the emotional cost of waiting. For some buyers, building is worth it because they get more control. They can choose the floor plan, finishes, lot, and overall feel of the home. Someone with a tighter timeline may prefer a finished or nearly finished property. That can reduce uncertainty, but it may also mean fewer customization options. A resale home in Avenir can bring a different type of value. It may already have window treatments, upgraded lighting, landscaping, a pool, built-ins, and other features that a new construction buyer would need to add later. That is why the cheapest option on paper is not always the cheapest option in real life. You have to compare the total package. One of the biggest mistakes buyers make is comparing only the sales price. A home listed at one number may need upgrades, landscaping, appliances, window treatments, or outdoor improvements. Another property may look more expensive at first, but it could include more finished features. Once you compare the true cost, the better value may not be the home with the lower starting price. That is especially important in Avenir because there are different builders, communities, home styles, and ownership structures. A buyer may say, "This one is cheaper." The better question is, cheaper after what? That is how you get to the real number. This is also why I encourage buyers to create a full monthly estimate before they make a decision. Start with the purchase price, then include the expected mortgage payment, property taxes, insurance, HOA fees, landscaping, pool care if applicable, utilities, maintenance, amenity costs, and any other lifestyle expenses tied to that specific home. After that, look at the one-time costs, closing costs, builder deposits, design upgrades, furniture, moving, window treatments, and post-closing improvements can add up quickly. Avenir can be a beautiful place to live, but beauty does not replace budgeting. The buyers who feel the most confident are usually the ones who understand the numbers before they get emotionally attached. That does not make the process less exciting. It makes the decision stronger. So what does it really cost to live in Avenir? The answer depends on the home, the neighborhood, the lot, the builder, the lifestyle you want, and the version of the property you are actually planning to buy. A base price will not tell you the whole story. The monthly payment alone will not either. To understand the real cost, you need to look at the full ownership picture. That includes purchase price, upgrades, lot premium, taxes, insurance, HOA, maintenance, landscaping, amenity costs, and the way you plan to live in the community. For some buyers, Avenir will make a lot of sense. Others may realize they need a different section, a different timeline, or a different price point. That is not a bad outcome. It is better to know that before you buy than after you move in. If you are considering Avenir and want help understanding what the numbers could actually look like for you, reach out to me directly. I can help you compare communities, look at current inventory, and think through the full cost of ownership before you make a decision. For more videos about Avenir, Palm Beach Gardens, and luxury real estate in South Florida, make sure you are subscribed to this channel.